Hi, this is Mia. Getting real with you today. Remember what I had the Get Real series, 2019. I had my. I don't know if I did it in 2018. I had my Get Real 2018 titles, maybe 2017 and 2018, and they were to do with having music in the background, and I was like, I think I was doing it on the audio. Hi, this is me getting real, and then I'd have like music in the car, so that if I were to put my audio recordings to like a slideshow or a video, that's like, say I got one of those car phone cell phone holders for the dash, what is the little thing, the heater vent. It didn't work, and it didn't even work. And my phone now is really big. I had to put it on the passenger side, and then the memory was so full. I think I did it with the old phone. Where's my phone? So our storage unit is $220. It was $180. $40 increase is a lot. They didn't send us a letter. They claimed they did. I looked. I think the big ones were $500 a month. So we don't have the money. Like, just like my office space, we're spending all this money storing stuff. And there's reasons we need this stuff, which is the hard thing about this. I have a webinar at what time? I should probably charge my devices. I have a webinar at 12. I think it's over here. I don't even know what it's about. I had an email. Let me check it. I was gonna do some credits, and I was gonna cut open these cashews. Let's do the cashews. I need to get the dehydrator running again. I have not been eating my regular foods. I feel a little bit weak. So I've been keeping this stuff under semi-quarantine. And I don't know if I should just open that. It's not very bright, is it? Let me get the scissors here. Oh my god. So they put the clear tape on the bottom and the difficult to open tape on top, but the difficult to open tape tores. I don't even need the scissors, really. Usually I just open it upside down because the clear tape is easy to rip off. It's weird that they do it like that. Like, so this is from Vitacost. I have only cashews. I'm gonna go rinse my hands real fast. Only cashews, guys. So I changed my getting real videos to being kind of just, I was always honest with my videos, and I kind of just changed it so that I could just be myself and be whatever. I don't want this way. Oh shoot. These vines are not the easiest to control. Like, literally, do not want them open that much. Life, being broke. There's crumbs just fell all over the place. Life, being broke. What else? Life on last terms, dating. So, I wanted to do a little bit. Thank you, God, for this feed. Jesus, name, remember me. I wanted to do a little timeline for you guys. And the only issue I think I have is if I took off some videos and re-uploaded them later, they're going to be if I made them in like 2009 or 2010 or something, I uploaded them again 2020 or 2019, it's gonna look weird. The quality of my videos are not that good, so it's not like you can compare I mean, this is bad quality. I guess the worst quality, maybe, depending on which device. My computer that I used to film on, was it my Toshiba? I like the quality of the videos, and I liked how it didn't make the room. I don't know, I like the size of the room. Trying to put on my to-do list, my shopping list, computer. It connects to 5G, and I need to check my printer downstairs. I'm going to do that after my webinar. That's going to be my only goal for the day. I make some kale. Since I don't remember the exact date, and I do need something to drink. Since I don't remember the exact date, I keep changing my tank top and putting this one back on, so I keep having the same thing on every day. 2009, I went to medical school, and at the end of 2008, I don't think we were in class during 2009. So the day right before winter break, 2008, I walked out of organic chemistry class. I stepped outside the building, and I had just taken my final exam. And you either do really badly, really well, or you're like in the middle. So I was pretty much in the middle, pushing myself actually up. I think I ended up with a B something, the B plus, I don't know. I really don't think I got an A. I didn't even get an A in physics. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to study until that term, that class. So I had walked out, looked at my phone, which is weird. I didn't even have a smartphone. What did I do? Would I have looked at it on my flip phone? That's weird. I remember walking out and checking my email and finding out, like, congratulations, you've been accepted. Could it have been an email? Or maybe it was a phone call. I'd been accepted to medical school. I found out right after that. And I freaked out. I know the old phones, you could check your email on them. But they were, like, the screen was, like, this big, like a postage stamp. A little bigger than a postage stamp. I was like, oh no, I hope I pass my test, because that class is needed, like, for that program that I got accepted to. So they kind of let you know that you're accepted before. And I'm gonna go through the short timeline. I'm gonna think about what other people did, which is pretty much pointless. Excuse me. 2009, fall of 2000, so summer of 2009, I was working. I think I only still worked Fridays that term. I probably just relaxed. I didn't, my relaxing, it was like going to meetings, cleaning the house, taking care of the kids, doing the shopping. Meetings would get me up and out of the house. It's like before I went to my meetings, not just before, but say I hadn't gone to a meeting in a few days. Even if I'm going out, even if I was going to church, I'd have this anxiety and this worry about money and worry about all these different things. Wasted time. Am I going to be collecting too much crap? And I ended up, I'd go to meetings and I'd end up getting this burst of energy of being a citizen of this country, and I could go to the store, I'd get stuff done, run multiple errands, go to the car wash, stuff like that, come home, straighten up, and it was very rushed. It was not, you see, retired older ladies, my friend, and she would do everything so slow and methodical, and she didn't see, like, the ants in the floor, and, like, there's things she didn't notice, that she didn't worry about it, because she didn't even see it, and there's things she probably could have been worried about that she probably just ignored, like, say, oh, that's just old age, I can't hear, I can't this and that. I just think about her being slow, whatever speed she moved in, she's still alive, and she's a whole heck of a lot older than me, right? So I was thinking that that's not necessarily bad. Like, people are like, people driving too slow, they're pushing their cart too slow, I need to get out of here. People get so rushed about older people. It's like, this lady's alive. She's already 2-3 times older than us, and we're lucky to even be the age we are. And something that she's doing now is keeping her alive and keeping her active. Because what if you get criticized for being slow and you stop going out, and then you end up in a wheelchair? It's like, you use it, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing. Anyways, 2009, I worked at a daycare. 2000, I had that anxiety go away, but I'd get this extreme guilt after I went to the store. After I went, and I wasn't using credit cards like I am now. I got this extreme guilt, and what happened during this extreme guilt is that I had sometimes taken my friend who didn't have a car to the Albertsons grocery store, and we'd get our stuff, and it was fun to have a companion, have someone to talk to, and put stuff in the car and give someone a ride. We lived in the same apartment complex, and I feel like this is really hard for me to say. It's not really, but I feel like something smells weird over here too, by the way. I feel like my friend and I would have a good time. She would get help, I'd be grateful. I would have gone to a meeting and we got stuff done, And we were both in transitional housing, so the apartment was like a shelter, like a homeless shelter. You had to have been homeless to move into that. They're still considered homeless. And I ended up, my friend, or my dad I would say, oh, I'm at my friend's for Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm at my friend. Oh, this, that. Or I'm at church. Oh, and it's like, oh, you should go to church. Oh, you should go to your friend. And he's like, I seen that fool at the store, blah, blah, blah. And he just talk crap about everybody. Oh, that guy look old. Oh, that guy look fat. Oh, that guy ain't got no legs. Out there asking for money for some veterans of VFW or some whatever association the guy was in. And I was thinking, I don't want to be with diabetes and have no legs and be in a wheelchair outside the grocery store asking for money, but you're also out and alive and doing something and having a group of people and your companions. How do you say it? Like, life expectancy goes up when you have people that are in certain groups, and like they do, like synagogues and places of worship, and there and these regular social activities. That's what I'm trying to think of. And it's none of my business what either of those guys do, but I wanted to say that I'd rather just go out and enjoy my life, no matter how crappy my health is, and not criticize others. And as I say that, and call him the color black, I'm criticizing my relative, but the reason I'm talking about this is I would be criticized for having a friend and having people come to the house and me being invited over, bringing a salad and this and that, and him, people would lie and cheat and wiggle their way and weasel their way in and out of my life, which was very toxic. So I was made to feel guilty because I had friends and I took a chance on having friends and all that jazz, So I feel like I would feel guilty when I was a kid. Is if we wanted friends over to the house, if we wanted to do something fun, my dad would have to be gone for us, for my mom to say, yeah, your friend can spend the night, or your friend can come over and play. And she was like, I was like, why is he like that? Like, well, your brother was not having anyone over because he thought he was going to steal, that their friends were going to rob him. So you're like so paranoid that you think someone's just going to rob you. And I know people that have people rob them from their stuff. Like, I've had people in the house from the church and a whole bunch of stuff disappeared. I had these social workers come over to help us clean when we moved, and a whole bunch of stuff disappeared then too. So, but it's like you have to, those people weren't my friends just hanging out, but it's hard when you feel like the more you have, the more trouble it is to keep it. So if I had just been working at McDonald's and didn't have a medical degree and didn't have all this debt and these expenses to keep my medical license, my 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 I wouldn't be trying so hard if I was working at McDonald's right now, which they were paying $13 an hour. It would most likely still be a job. The biggest thing, and I'm not sorry that I haven't worked there because I had to take out at the Pizza Hut job and delivery. I feel like the biggest thing would be there'd be more deliveries, or sorry, more drive through, less people coming in, and if they did let people come in to pick it up, it would be a matter of keeping the tables and chairs stacked up and keeping everything more sanitized. I feel like that would be not necessarily easier, but different. I mean, I feel like it would be not different. Like, I don't know if anyone would get fired because they're changing the fact that they can't come in, but they're still serving. Because it's other restaurants are trying to make up food and stuff. So, anyways, that's a different story. 2009 to 2014, I went to my regular medical school, not my regular program, which was naturopathic. I had started Chinese medicine, and I had made my YouTube channel because I was struggling as a single parent to get anything done, to study and to get my schedule. It's very restricted. There's not a lot of choices. There was a lot of weekend classes, some of them mandatory, some of them optional. So my friend stated, some of the classes I liked on the weekend, my friend stated, well, if you're in a weekend class, you're going to spend Saturday and Sunday inside class, and you're going to have a paper due at the end, or some homework due, sign a participation form, whatever it is, to get your 2 credits or whatever for electives. So you need a lot of electives. And she's like, well, would you rather do that, or would you rather spend 12 weeks going to class for 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours a day, a week, and having quizzes and all these homework assignments? She had kids too. She goes, it's better for us to just do it all on a weekend. And she had her husband at home to take care of her kids. So she had a nanny who was also her housekeeper. So she had it made in a way. I was reading online about people getting her housekeeping, or sorry, their babysitting all intact, and I was kind of jealous. I was like, because I was thinking, oh, maybe someone will hire me to do babysitting because they have to work, but so I shouldn't be jealous. I was jealous of the people getting the jobs. That job is not easy. So, my nose is super itchy. You notice that I do that a lot. Like, I eat these nuts and I eat this stuff, and my nose gets so itchy. It's like my litmus paper telling me not to eat. There's almost everything I eat makes my nose like that. I told somebody else, their husband has dripping, runny nose every time he eats. I go, he's probably allergic to it. He doesn't have any allergies. My food is good and healthy. And I was just like, I remember just eating regular people food and having this problem be worse. But this stuff is so hard. It's so hard. Even between regular bananas and organic bananas. I have 19 minutes. I thought I had a bunch of emails. It doesn't seem like I do. Decide for yourself if people are trying to share this. Like, kids were at the skate park. Like, I don't know what to tell them about. Someone's telling me to order this thing from China, the PPE. Okay, let's go through the timeline. 2009, 2010, 2014, medical school struggle, made a bunch of videos. 2014-15, I was still doing births. I don't remember what videos I did. 2014, I got in an accident. I cleared off as many videos as I could. Didn't make new videos. If I did, I didn't post them online on YouTube. And then 2016, I got laid off my job, so I was at home doing home business for 6 months. And then it was 2016, I got the job as the vendor in the store. I felt like an actress, like having to get ready, because you have a script and you need to follow the protocol of how you talk, how you dress, and how you prepare these foods, and people are watching you prepare. Not that it's a big deal. I mean, for me, it wasn't a problem about, like, being sanitary and cleaning and stuff, it was like, you know what? I still like cut yourself, cutting up green pepper with the steel. I would say a steel knife with a dull knife. All that kind of jazz. And then I got the Pizza Hut job. December 2017. I got that job, and I had to email this form to somebody. 2017, and I was so tired because I was doing my online store, which was basically like 2 stores. I was tutoring, I was being a doctor, I was being a doula. I had the vending job, and I had the Pizza Hut job, and then I was a single parent. And I volunteered at the hospital 4 hours a week. And I volunteered at the food pantry. My counselor thinks he can't even listen to me talk about the 6 jobs, let alone he can't even contemplate. Like, he can't even listen to me talk about working for myself and work for somebody else. He's like, just do one thing. And I'm like, I've been looking for work for months. 6 months, just like with that before, and it's like I did not get a job. That job at the time paid $3 more than minimum wage. This job here, it starts really low pay. They don't even care about your education or experience. I wanted to talk about. I had story time a lot, and I should put the light on. I don't feel like it though. I had story time a lot, not a lot, but here and there. And I used to write stories before I went dating again, and I gotta keep an eye on the time. I woke up this morning, or I had my second wake up this morning. I had thought about the story with the guy. We were on the beach, so there's one row of houses, second row of houses, and a second row. So there's like a road here, but there was like the beachfront property, and then there's the people that had beach access and the people that had beach access. And the story is like me and my kids were out in a cabin for a vacation, and some guy was missing his puppy, and this guy, we happened to find his puppy, and he invited to his mom's for dinner, and kids ice cream. It was fun. And then it's like I had this was a made up like novel love story, and that I had this boyfriend, and he was like, I said that in the story as a truck driver, but he had a flexible schedule to help his mom caregive like a couple days a week or frequently, but he had a house in Lake Oswego, and because he had enough money, working hard, and I don't know if I had him. I think I had him as like a truck driver, but it was weird because then it's like I had in the story built a house, or he had his house and he built another house or something, or we moved into a new house with a horse barn, stable, and horse property, like it's still a neighborhood but horse property. And we had a vacation house because we had like not like a, what is it when you get married, when you have that stack of paper that says you will not get my money. It was like, okay, if we break up or if we get in a fight, then you're gonna stay in one house and I'm staying in the other, so that you don't have to be homeless and we don't have to live together. So what's weird about this story is there was a lot of us, because I'm usually always the main character because I don't know how to put it from another woman's point of view. I'm usually always very distant from the boyfriend, and I think this is the same story where he picks me up, we're on vacation or something, we go to the farmer's market, or we go to the park and walk around and play, and there's all these people out, and ducks and kids and people on the sidewalk, like old white couples walking, you know how that is near the beach and stuff. And then we went to the farmer's market, got all my food, and it was great. But in my stories, it's like very distant. The couple is not together 24/7. The couple is, oh, you're on the road all the time. Oh, you have to be at your mother's. Oh, I have my house here with my kids, and you have your house here with your man stuff. And then we're going to have even another house. It was never like, let's bring it. Like, I couldn't contemplate. I couldn't comprehend. Somebody's right out there. I could not comprehend somebody in my mind from the serenity or peace. I could not comprehend. I could not understand. This is really hard for me to talk about. The reason being that I had this boyfriend who was a pedophile who looked for virgins to date, like that kind of one night stand kind of thing. Not kind of. That was what he was about. It wasn't a one night. It was like, I'm going to stay with him until I have relations with virgins, and then I'm never going to talk to him again and move on to the next girl. It was horrible. It was a horrible nightmares. Pedophile. Because I was a child, I was an adult. It was horrible. So my counselor, my parents wouldn't let me hang out. And I knew that I wanted to be with boys. I also wanted to just hang out with my friends and do what the kids at school were doing, you know. And I ended up staying at my friend's because I couldn't go with my boyfriend to see Home Alone 2 in Tawas, which is about a 20-minute drive away. I couldn't even drive there and meet him at the theater. My dad was like, oh, heck no. My mom liked the guy, which anyone my mom liked was probably not a safe person. The people that she didn't like were probably safe people. She got it twisted. She thinks someone's cute, or they drive and have a car, or their parents are married, and it's like she thought it was if they had single mom with a boyfriend and all this shit, my mom would just freak the heck out. Like, you cannot stay at their house, they're gonna rape you, this and that, I don't trust men. And I think that I know that some stuff happened to me when I was younger, and she warned me when I was a kid about being alone with her relatives, not being alone. I mean, I feel like the counselor, so I went and got a letter from my mom saying, yes, you can stay at Heather's house, and you needed a letter to get on and off the bus, so yes, you can ride the bus to and from her house for a week, or 3-4 days, whatever it was, 3 to 5 days. And I was like, cool, thank you, Mom, because I don't want to be around my dad. I'm overwhelmed. I can't stand him. He's too strict. I was like a senior, or I think I was a junior in high school. I was driving. I had been working. It's all this stuff. You're like, you know you're not an adult, but your dad's like never at home. And it's like, you need to not just sit in the house like they do. Not just because they choose not to have friends doesn't mean you can't. And you know, my brother had been like, yeah, men are after one thing, and sex, be careful around guys. And I was like, oh, that's like one of my under less than 10 conversations I've had with my brother. So I ended up being lied about to the counselor, where the parents told the counselor I ran away from home. So the counselor pulled me out of class. I was in the office all day long, and he yelled at me and said, you're going to go to jail. You are a troublemaker. You can't do anything. You're a criminal. We should call the police on you right now from running away. And it was one of those guys, like those chubby, short guys with the little arms like that, and all this stuff. And I was like crying the whole day. I couldn't leave. I loved going to class. I loved doing my work. I couldn't go to class. I couldn't leave. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't drink water. My friends, Anita and Mary, came over, and they are like, you need to let her go. You need to at least let her have lunch. This and this. Like, no, she can't go anywhere. Or so, I don't even know if they, I think they're like, went and got me lunch. Either they went and got me lunch and brought it to me so I could have something to eat, or or he let me go for a few minutes. And it was so hard because that counseling office was right here. Here's the lunch lady who had the 15 cent. I used to get the 15-cent juice. I think it was 30 cents for large, 15 cents for small. I feel like I'd get like two smalls. I don't know, whatever. I'd get the juice. I think she had ice cream and stuff in there too. And then if you go through the a la carte line with the chicken and the fish and the fries, that makes me like so hungry. Saw a picture of shrimp earlier. Yum yum. And then the other line was for the school lunch, the regular school lunches that were like the pizza on Friday kind of thing, vegetables and applesauce or whatever they get for regular lunch. Which I think I tried to go through that line once, and I don't know if I actually made it. I was scared of it. I wanted a la carte. I wanted fried chicken every day that I could, which was probably only once a week, and I got double portion. Anyway, different story. But it was embarrassing because the counselor's door was here, the lunchroom was here. They had 2 lunch periods, I believe, for the whole high school. So when I was in that office, the door is wide open, and I'm sitting there crying with the counselor, and I had missed all my classes. So that's really, like, I'm glad because my friends saw me and was like, what is going on? What are you doing to her? Oh my God, you're hurting my friend. Like, so it got to the point where I was just like, well, my parents are really strict. They don't let me do anything. So this guy started doing house calls at my house on the weekends. And he tried to set some boundaries where that, I mean, it's like a reverse boundary, I guess, where that I could be able to go out sometimes. And there wasn't a reason that my parents, particularly my dad, had to keep me inside the house. He's a control freak. He's not like, oh my God, I'm paranoid that my kid's gonna get an accident or do drugs or drink. It's like not about what your safety is outside the house. It's about I want to control you like a prisoner, and I want to be like the one like controlling you like a puppet, like freaking Pinocchio, or someone's controlling a drone, like controlling a robot with a thing. Like, you will do what I say, dress how I tell you to dress, eat when I tell you to eat, sleep when I tell you to sleep. Yes, I was under 18, guys. My dad was not around for most of my life. He was in the military. He was gone. He was teaching out of town 2-3 weeks at a time. He came home 3 weeks later. So it was a very much, my mom was very strict too, so don't get me wrong. It's not like she let me do everything. Yeah, she let a couple friends come over, and my dad didn't, but that was still very rare. I mean, it's like things like your birthday or something, you know, because I'd cry about loneliness my whole life when I was younger. So it was really difficult to be that person that had this dad say, oh, you're not going out of the house at that. I had like a tight black skirt on. You're not going to the house in that. And I was getting ready to go to an award ceremony, and so I had to go change clothes, and I was crying in the foyer because I was so happy to. My mom's like, oh, you're really smart. I didn't know there was an award ceremony. I bet you got invited before, but there was another person with your same exact name in the school that was 1 year ahead of you. She was probably getting all your mail and your rewards and awards and all this stuff. So I was really disappointed because I didn't get that award till 12th grade. But it was very hard, and I finally went to a meeting, the opposite of a meeting, a bonfire party, and I was with the seniors. I had to beg to go to this bonfire party with the seniors our last week of school, and I was like, all the smart kids, the valedictorian, the salutatorian, the other, like, the top, like, we all had names like A through K or something. We were all like at the front of the room. They put us in alphabetical order, and not in our elementary or junior highs and stuff. So I was like, why are there so many? When we were alphabetical order, all of us had the honors cords. And I was like, why are all the B's like that? That's so weird. I was like, oh my God, I think it's because I was telling my kids, there's one thing about you having that last name. If they put you in alphabetical order, you're going to be in the front of the classroom, and you're going to have to pay attention. You're not going to be playing. You're not going to be passing notes. You're not going to have other people bothering you because you're right next to the teacher. And you're not going to be distracted like I am. Like, what's that person doing? Oh my God, what are they wearing? Oh, they have cute shoes. Oh, well, look, their hair is pretty. Oh, did they do that? Did they just dye their hair with Kool-Aid? Like, all the stuff that you daydream about. God, it was so rough. So the point of that whole story was this counselor had said, you are in a family where your dad is gone a lot, right? And I said, yes. Well, he says, your boyfriend's gone all the time. You never see him. Like, correct. He's always gone. He's always out of town. I literally saw him like 2 times. I saw my boyfriend like 2 times, and I was like supposed to be my boyfriend for months. And all I did was talk to him on the phone. He kept going out of town, and like I was even talking to his sister on the phone because he wasn't home, and it was like, oh, okay, I need to stay up and talk to someone all night. So I talked to his little sister. She died a few years ago, like 5 years ago. She died, I think. She was younger than me. Not scary, right? So this guy was a jerk. Like I said, he would just go around and use girls for his pleasure, and I don't know. It's hard to talk about that. It's consensual. It's someone's over 18. Men talk about molesting and jokes about rape charges on Saturday Night Live. I don't know why. This is not funny to me. Guys would say, oh, this woman teacher assaulted a child, a 14-year-old or 12-year-old in her class, and these men would be like, oh, why didn't that happen to me? And it's like, for me as a woman, when I have been having someone do something against my will, where I could not get out, where I could not scream no loud enough, where I could not push this person off of me, and they're doing something to my body that's violating, I am messed up forever. So it's unfortunately somebody hurt me, and I'm messed up forever. So it's like all this stuff was happening with the place my parents let me go. You know, I got my first alcohol from their house. Like, you know, like there's tobacco in the house, there's alcohol in the house. There, all this stuff that I would get into started in that household. So I was the troublemaker. People should have not let their kids be around me. I would influence their kids to participate, and not really participate, because some people, it's like they would drink one drink at the party and have a designated driver and go home. We had a lot of designated drivers in that town, thank God. I was on Students Against Drunk Driving, so I wasn't going to take any keys. I was not until I got into college and I stopped drinking. Then I became a designated driver. Before age 21, I was a designated driver. So this counselor made me so mad when he says, you chose a boyfriend that's like your dad. He's never there, doesn't give you attention, don't see him in real life. Sometimes you talk on the phone, that's about it. And I was like, I don't want anybody like my dad. Like, it's like insulting. So that's where I am with that. My webinar is starting. Goodbye.